you don't know, I was able to retire my 6-figure chemical engineering job based off of me knowing everything I'm going to tell y'all tonight about credit. You know what I'm saying? Everything in this video, I said tonight, it could be morning where you at right now. You could literally teach just the laws. You could teach basic credit literacy. I'm telling y'all, people love studying these laws. 15 USC this, 15 USC that. People love it. So people will pay you to know this information. People will pay you to get a late payment deleted. People will pay you to get a collection deleted. People will pay you to get hard inquiries deleted. Funding. So credit is useless when used less. So you need to use it. You need to use your damn credit. So go get some money, right? Once you get your credit fixed where it's supposed to be, go get you some money, put it into some marketing, start you a personal brand. Use it responsibly. Learn a skill, invest in a mentorship. I always tell people that get funding, invest in some kind of teaching so you can learn how to do something. Me personally, I just want to give y'all the sauce. Y'all can run with it. Y'all can make money off of this, and then you can invest with me if you want to. But if you don't want to invest with me, that's cool too. So let's get started. Let's get started into the course. So I just wanted to say I got this from ChatGPT, what I'm about to read. Course overview. I told you to write me an outline. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So welcome to the last DIY credit repair course you'll ever need. This course is designed to empower you with the knowledge and tools to fix your credit on your own. Whether you're struggling with a low credit score, have errors on your credit report, or simply want to improve your credit worthiness, this course will provide you with step-by-step guidance on how to take control of your credit and achieve your financial goals. So this is a course. Get your notepad. We're going to get straight into it. So the basics. I need y'all to understand, if you don't know already, credit measures your trust level. It's not personal or emotional. So many times in society, we like, oh, my credit, I don't want to look at my credit, this, that, and the third. It's literally measuring your trust level. So when you get denied for something, you're not to be trusted, essentially, is what the lenders are saying. So you need to understand it's not personal, it's not emotional. I know we get emotional about money. I know we get in these situations where it's just like, oh man, I don't want to look at my credit. But when we look at it from a logical standpoint, it's just points, we'll be better off. So I just want y'all to be aware of that. If you don't know, it ranges from 300 to 850. So basically, there's a total of 550 points that we have to play with. All right, so payment history, 35%, basically 192.5 points. Debt utilization rate, 30%, 165 points. Length of credit history, 15%, 82.5 points. New credit, 10%, 55 points. Credit mix, 10%, 55 points. Let's talk about it real quick, just for basic literacy for people that don't know. Because I know, like, growing up, we aren't taught a lot of these things. So if this is review for you, let it be review. Don't judge nobody. Just watch the video. Payment history, 35%. This is basically your payment history. So if you get a late payment on your credit card, you're likely going to see that your credit is getting cooked. You know what I'm saying? Because 192.5 points is the max you can get in that category. This is why you want to have 100% payment history. Debt utilization. This is basically the amount of debt being used on your credit cards. So if you have, let's say you have 2 credit cards, they're both $5,000 limits. Obviously, your total limits are $10,000 because 5,000, 5,000. If you're using 1,000 on one of the cards, you're using 0 on the other one, you have 1,000 out of 10,000. So what does that put your utilization rate at? 10%. They say the average utilization rate you want to have is 30%. Average is not my subscribers. If you're watching this, and you part of the tribe, I need y'all to understand we want to have single digits, meaning 9% or less. Length of credit history, 15%, right? So about 83 points is what you can get in the max in this category. So typically there's no like, it has to be this amount of years, but you typically want to have at least 4 years. That's what we typically see when we want to go for funding for our clients. So you want to aim to have at least 4 years of history. So if you're young, you're just getting into credit, there's nothing wrong with that. But there's something you can add called an authorized user trade line. And that's you being added onto someone else's history. So it could be someone you can purchase an authorized user trade line. Maybe you purchase a 12-year trade line. That brings your average amount of years up. So I want y'all to know, if you have low amount of history, don't worry, you can fix it for the sake of, funding. New credit. What is new credit? When you apply for credit, there's something called a hard inquiry. When you look at your credit, they have something called a soft inquiry. Hard inquiries are the only things that matter as far as your new credit category. So 55 points. Typically, you don't want to have more than 4 hard inquiries per bureau or consumer reporting agency. So Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, you don't want to have more than 4 on each because you look thirsty. You look thirsty because it's like you're applying for credit everywhere and you're getting denied everywhere. When you go to get a vehicle, when you're trying to get a vehicle, these dealerships, they run in your credit like crazy. They trying to, get you approved and all that because, they get money on the back end for that. So don't let these people run your credit up. And this goes back to the consumer laws. You have a right to give permission to them to put information on your report or not put information on your report. So we're going to get into that. Credit mix, 10%, right? What is credit mix? So credit mix is basically how your accounts look. So do you have installment accounts? Do you have revolving accounts? If you don't know what revolving accounts are basically like credit cards, right? So you just want to be aware of the different categories. And if you're aware of the different categories, you know that you're going to get essentially the best credit. So I said revolving accounts, right? Which is like credit cards, installment accounts, stuff like student loans, auto loans. So you just want to have like a good mix. If you don't have a good mix, then it's gonna look like, you just have a skinny profile. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta keep that in mind. All right, so you want to look at each category and do your best to maximize the amount of points you get in each category. So credit doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, don't look at it as emotional. Don't take it personal. Just look at it logically. How can I maximize the amount of points I'm going to get? If I have so many late payments, I know I need to work on that 192.5 points that I'm giving up. If my utilization rate is high, I need to work on that 165 points I'm giving up. You know what I'm saying? So look at it that way. Your credit score does not matter. So I have a podcast. It's called a CAP podcast, Consumer Ammunition Tactics Podcast. You can look it up on Spotify. And basically, I put out an episode called Your Credit Score Does Not Matter. And, it got a lot of plays, it got a lot of debates, all that. When I say your credit score does not matter, it's true. Your credit score does not matter in the sense that your profile, based off of these 5 data points I told you, is what matters when it comes to getting approved. And I need y'all to understand that not only for yourselves, but if you have a business or you're helping somebody, this is knowledge you need to know. This is basic credit literacy, right? So keep that in mind. It's more so about your profile versus your score because so many people get tied emotionally to the score and everything. And I want y'all, one of the big takeaways from this course, I want y'all to take away from is don't be emotional with your credit. Don't be emotional with your credit. Look at it as a logical thing. Okay, I need to maximize my points to go get what I need. That's it. I don't need to be saying, oh, my credit, my credit, my credit. I know it's frustrating when you're sending out letters, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, they playing games, but I'm going to give y'all a system so that y'all can make it logical. We want to look at it in a logical manner. If you don't know, I was able to retire my 6-figure chemical engineering job based off of me knowing everything I'm going to tell y'all tonight about credit. You know what I'm saying? Everything in this video, I said tonight, it could be morning where you at right now, but it's a night where I'm at right now. So you can fix your credits through disputes. Factual disputing is a way. Metro 2 compliance is a way. Consumer laws is a way. And that's the way we're going to focus on because I think consumer laws are the most powerful way to dispute these items. Our next chapter, right? Whenever I put what's it called? The impact font, I mean. See how it looked like that, like cartoonish? That means it's like a new video, new chapter, or whatever. You know how them courses be. It's all on one thing. I think we got what, 11 pages? Yeah, we got 11 pages. But I just wanted to separate things so y'all know, like, okay, it's a new chapter, new this, new that, right? All right, so 15 USC 1681. This is what the Fair Credit Reporting Act is known as. If you're new to consumer laws, I need y'all to understand that 15 USC 1681 is the Fair Credit Reporting Act. The 15 means the title. So anytime you see 15 USC, it just means Title 15. US is United States, and then the code. And the Fair Credit Reporting Act happens to be 1681. 15 USC 1692 happens to be the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. But for the sake of simplicity, we're going to focus on the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA, 15 USC 1681. So I have a 2-hour Fair Credit Reporting Act breakdown. I'm breaking down the language and everything. We're not going to do it in this video because this is just for the sake of, just basic knowledge and helping y'all go about y'all process. But if you want to grab that Fair Credit Reporting Act 2-hour masterclass, you can go to our website, catacticsllc.com. You click on courses. It's going to take you to the Fair Credit Reporting Act masterclass. It's only $97. It's very, cheap. If you think $97 is a lot, then you're in the wrong place and you have a cheap mindset. And I don't like being around cheap people. You can just keep watching the video or you can get out of here. You know what I'm saying? But for the literacy that you're getting in that 2-hour class, my mentees, everybody that's ever been through it, they say like, it's so much value. So you want to understand it because consumer laws is like a different language in its own. That's the simplest way I could tell y'all. So let's look at the congressional findings section, congressional findings and statement of purpose. So congressional findings is basically, whenever you're reading a law, congressional findings basically means that Congress found something wrong that was going on, right? So when we talk about accuracy and fairness of credit reporting, it says Congress makes the following findings. And there's 1 and 2 before obviously 3 and 4, but I just wanted us to focus on 3 and 4. So let's look at number 3, consumer reporting agencies. Let's stop there. If you don't know, consumer reporting agency is basically Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. You may know about some secondary reporting agencies, LexisNexis, right? ARS, SageStream, things like that, right? They're also consumer reporting agencies. So keep that in mind as you're reading these consumer laws. Consumer reporting agencies, aka Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, have assumed a vital role in assembling and evaluating consumer credit and other information on consumers. So it says that they've assumed a role that is very, very important. Your information is very, very important. The fact that they're reporting on your information, if you didn't know, they get paid to report this negative information on your behalf. That's why they make it hard to remove the items. Most importantly, I want y'all to look at number 4. There is a need to ensure that consumer reporting agencies, aka Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, exercise their grave responsibilities. It's a grave responsibility with fairness, impartiality, and respect for the consumer's right to privacy. So this is what I want y'all to be aware of. Consumers' right to privacy. Let me highlight that. What we're gonna do? Let's do orange. Consumers' right to privacy. So you have a right to privacy as a consumer. This is why, if you've ever seen people when they're talking about getting bankruptcies removed, they're talking about their right to privacy, right? Because the bankruptcy court, they don't even report to the consumer reporting agencies. They just go and get your information, right? They talk about some public record. There's no such thing as public record when it comes to a consumer's right to privacy. A right means it's yours, right? You have a right to privacy. So the best explanation I can give to y'all when it comes to Experian, TransUnion, Equifax violating, because a lot of people ask me like, okay, if they're violating all these laws, how come they're getting away with it? Simplest example I can give you: if you're driving right now and you decide like, okay, I want to text and drive, isn't that illegal? That's illegal, right? But you got away with it, assuming there's no police around, right? So it's the same thing. They're gonna keep violating you unless you exercise your rights. So I need y'all to understand that. So let's go to B, reasonable procedures. I'm saying let's read it. All right. It is a purpose of this subchapter to require that consumer reporting agencies, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, just substitute when you're reading these laws, adopt reasonable procedures for meeting the needs of commerce for consumer credit, personnel insurance, etc. Right? So the main thing I want y'all to take out of that is that they have to adopt reasonable procedures. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but a reasonable procedure is a human being looking at your dispute letter. If you did not know, so many consumers are sending in notices. They don't even read your letters. They have an automated system that scans your notice and then they give you a code. It's called something called the e-Oscar system, right? It's an electronic system. It scans your letters. Nobody's reading your letters. And then they just say, oh, verified. Based off of the FCRA, that's not a reasonable procedure because they're supposed to do what they can to maintain fairness and accuracy. So it's not fair to me that a computer system is reading my notice when that's technology. There could be inaccuracies. You know what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to be aware of the congressional findings. And if you watch the 2-hour FCRA masterclass I taught, it'll definitely, put the puzzle pieces together. So listen, I need you to have the mindset that you can delete any item off your credit reports using these laws. I need y'all to understand that. I need y'all to really, really understand this because I've literally removed a positive account. I've removed an open auto loan because I wanted to decrease my DTI. I spoke about it on my podcast. You can go look at the title. I think it's like how I removed the open auto loan or something like that. So that lets you know you can literally remove anything off of your report. It's just you exercising your rights and you knowing that it can be, in fact, deleted. What does this let you know? This lets you know that credit reporting is optional. Credit reporting is optional because you decide what is supposed to be on your credit report. It's one of those things that it may take time. It's most likely going to take time. You just got to press them. If it gets to the extent you're not able to get an item deleted based off of the loss, if you've, did everything you were supposed to do correctly, you now have a claim, you can take them to litigation. They're not going to want to go to war with you. These are things I teach my mentees in my mentorship. We're not going to get deep into it over here. Anyone could watch this video. I don't know who watching. I got an alarm going on. Hold on. We're not doing no edits. All right, so it's not guaranteed you'll achieve instant results, like I said, but through patience and commitment, you will succeed. Y'all see the font change, right? Remember I said that's like a new chapter, new video. You know how courses be. Why should you care about your credit? Let's talk about it. So FICO 10T. If you don't know what FICO is a scoring system of how they score your credit. So there's a new system called FICO 10T that lenders are going to start implementing. And the reason why it's important for you to fix your credit now is because a FICO 10T is going to make it hard for you to get approved. Why is it going to make it hard for you to get approved? The T stands for trended data. The T stands for trended data. Let's write that down. Oh, we got some visual people in the building. Trended data, right? Trended data. What does that mean? That means that they can look at the last 24 months of history. So if you had a late payment within 24 months, it's going to make it harder for you to get an approval versus right now, at the time I'm recording, you can go and apply and it's not going to matter if you had credit repair a week ago. You know what I'm saying? They literally just looking at what you currently have. So this is why I've been telling people, fix your credit now. Fix your credit now. It's 2023. If your credit ain't a priority, I don't know what's wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be harder to get approvals. So you better go get your approvals now. Why is it important too? Why should you care about your credit? Recession. We're in a recession. We're in a recession. We're in a recession. We're in a recession. Because it's a recession, people getting laid off left and right. So you have to have a high income skill. Speaking of high income skills, using these laws, most people don't know how to use them. Most people don't know how to interpret them. After you watch this video and its completion, you're going to know a little bit about these laws if you do a little bit of research and all that, right? If you invest with us, obviously you learn more information, but we got over 1,000 YouTube videos. Just watch all the videos. You'll be all right. So it's a high income skill too, right? Everyone needs money. Everyone needs money. People getting laid off left and right. Everybody needs money. So I need y'all to understand, simply knowing everything that I'm talking about in today's video, you could teach a whole class on it, right? I'm giving it to y'all for free. You could go charge $97 per head, $50 per head, right? So it's a high income skill. You could literally do credit for people. You could do done for you credit repair, right? I'm going to walk through the template letters and everything today. Like we're really going to break it down for y'all. I'm telling y'all, these people that have credit repair companies that's trying to scam you, that's trying to monetize off of your ignorance, they gonna be pissed that I'm putting out all this information. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I got y'all. I got you. I got you. I got you. I'm telling y'all, this is gonna be one of them ones. It's gonna be one of them. This is gonna be one of them videos. So it's a high income skill. You can make money. You can literally teach just the laws. You could teach basic credit literacy. I'm telling y'all, people love studying these laws. 15 USC this, 15 USC that. People love it. So people will pay you to know this information. People will pay you to get a late payment deleted. People will pay you to get a collection deleted. People will pay you to get hard inquiries deleted. People will pay you. So keep that in mind. Our next chapter, pulling your credit reports. How will you pull your credit reports? So this is very, very simple. I know you're enjoying watching the best YouTube channel on the planet, but this video is sponsored by the CAT Credit Retire Your 9-to-5 Mentorship Program. If you're a credit repair business owner, you're tired of feeling stuck, you're tired of doing your credit repair business and doing your 9-to-5, you're tired of just not having those consistent deletions, go ahead and book a call with us and see if we can get you in the mentorship program. Let me let you know, though, it's not a cheap program. You can watch the main video on my channel for a full breakdown, but if you're ready to elevate, you're ready to change your family situation, go ahead and book a call with us and we'll help you get to the next level. Literally right now, go to my IG at Mike O. Benjamin, go to my IG highlights. Look at all the client wins, my students winning left and right. Environment is important. You got to understand that nothing changes if nothing changes. So if you're going to continue doing the same thing that's not working, you're not going to get to the next level. When you're ready, if you got that credit card, pull up on a call. We'll see your current situation and see where you're trying to get to, see if we can provide you with that solution and get you in the mentorship. Enjoy the rest of the video. This is very, very simple. You're going to go to annualcreditreport.com. I even have it over here. We're going to go over it real quick, but hold on. You're going to fill out the form 3 times. Michael, why am I going to fill it out 3 times? You're going to fill it out 3 times because you have Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. So you want to fill it, you have to fill it out once for each consumer reporting agencies. And then alternatively, you can make an account on Experian.com. And then what'll happen is you're just gonna have to, I believe you have to pay a little bit extra to get access to all your credit reports, but that's an alternative too. Experian.com is cool because they report your FICO. Your FICO is what these lenders care about. Remember, FICO is a scoring system. You also have a Vantage 3.0 scoring system. As you can see here, I'm talking about Credit Karma. So Credit Karma, you can use it to look at. If you've ever heard people like saying bad things about Credit Karma, it's because of the fact that Credit Karma reports your Vantage 3.0 score. So it's going to be different from your FICO score. So I wouldn't use it as like saying this is exactly what the lender is going to look at. You want to use it as an estimate. Use it as an estimate. Like I literally said right there. I didn't add this, but Identity IQ is a monitoring monitoring tool you can use as well, so you could register over there. So let's go to annualcreditreport.com. So annualcreditreport.com. I told y'all, we gonna break it down to the point a baby could do it, right? If you got kids, you got like a 10-year-old or something, if he or she is watching this video, they're gonna be able to know how to fix credit more than these people that have whole LLCs, credit this LLC. You know what I'm saying? So annualcreditreport.com. Literally just go to the website. You'll see it right here. The only source for your free credit reports authorized by federal law. Look, what does it say? During this period of economic uncertainty, managing your financial health is important. That's why Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion are continuing to offer free weekly online credit reports. So you can get it weekly. So you're going to go over here, request your free credit reports. Don't make this too deep. Just go to the website. It's going to say, number 1, fill out a form. You're going to fill out a form. Number 2, you're going to pick the reports you want. That's why I said you have to do it 3 times. Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. And then request and review your reports online. Look, what did they say? It's almost like I've done this before. You repeat this step for each credit report, right? So request your free credit reports. You're gonna fill out your information. I'm not filling it out because y'all don't need to know my information. First, last name, your birthday. They're gonna ask you if you've been at your address for more than 2 years. You're gonna enter your current address. If you haven't, they're gonna tell you to enter your previous address. See, have you lived at this address for two years or more? It's almost like I do this or something. So then you go to next and all that. I'm not gonna fill everything out because I'm not filling out information, but it should be self-explanatory at this point. So that's what you do. 3 times, you get your credit reports. All right, now that you got your credit reports, next chapter, correcting personal information. Now that you got your credit reports, you've downloaded it, you see everything. You have to know how to actually read your credit report. We're not going to go over that in this video, but if it's something y'all want me to do, then maybe we can do it in a future video. I don't know. But yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. You have your personal information, all the accounts, all that, hard inquiries, etc. So you're going to correct your personal information, all your personal information. You want to correct personal information before you even send out any disputes. If you get your credit, you're like, oh, damn, I got these collections, late payments, all that. Relax. Relax. You got to relax first. You got to correct your personal information because what happens is sometimes your personal information is tied to negative accounts. So you want to make sure you have one name. You want to make sure you have one address. You want to make sure you have one employer, etc. How can you correct your personal information? You can send a letter or simply call them to correct the personal information. It's that simple. Are here are the addresses and some phone numbers for the credit bureaus or consumer report agencies. I made it so simple for y'all, a baby could do it. So look at this. So you can Google it, but yeah, these are addresses. So Experian, PO Box 4500, etc. Y'all, I don't need to read that. Y'all have it. So you can pause the video, take a screenshot, do whatever you need to do. Those are the addresses. And then I literally gave y'all some phone numbers. They got like millions phone numbers, but these are numbers you would call into like for disputes. But yeah, just call them. Google it if the numbers change because they always have so many numbers. So, but the addresses typically stay the same. Template letter. I gave y'all a template letter? What? That's crazy. I must be giving y'all all the sauce. All right, so you're gonna put your full name. You're gonna put your current address. You're gonna put the last four of your social security number. Why do you want to do that? You want to put the last four of your social security number because Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, they do this thing called stalling tactics. What's a stalling tactic? They're gonna say like, oh, we can't identify you. We need more identifying information. Oh, you sound like a credit repair company. That's why you don't want to sound like a robot in your letters. That's why you want to personalize it, right? You're gonna put the date of birth, right? Because you want to identify yourself. You can put your employer, the date, and then I just use Experian as an example. So I put a different PO box, but you can, use the one I gave y'all. So then you can just title it simple: request to update personal information. So look, this is very, very simple. A lot of people make this so deep. So one thing I'll say too, you can correct your personal information at the same time you're disputing, but if you want to do it separately, you can do that too. We've done both, to be honest with you. So it's really up to you. So you'll say there are items of information that are being reported on my consumer reports that are incorrect. These items of information have placed me in the wrong light with new creditors who are looking at my credit applications and seeing contradictions in the data that is being reported in my credit reports. Therefore, I'm demanding that your agency correct these items of information as I'm directing you to remove the incorrect items of information. And then look, you'll just basically let them know, right? That's why you listed everything up here. You'll say my full name is listed above. Please remove all other name variations immediately. They are not accurate. My current address, they're not accurate. My date of birth is not accurate. My only employer is not accurate, right? And then you can just add this too. The Fair Credit Reporting Act, also known as 15 USC 1681, requires that you report correct personal information within my consumer report. Because the personal information is incorrect, it must be deleted and or updated within my credit file, or you are willfully violating the civil liability section of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, 15 USC 1681N. So if you don't know, 15 USC 1681N is civil liability for willful non-compliant, willful non-compliance. So basically, they're not complying with the law. So basically, in that law, it says you're owed $1,000 per violation. I don't want to get too deep into that, but you can just do your due diligence on that research. Please update all this information and send me a copy of my new updated consumer report. Enclosed copy of ID, best your name, right? You want to put a copy of your ID because again, stalling tactics. All right, go and then you're gonna send it out to the addresses I gave y'all. Alternatively, like I said, you can literally call these consumer reporting agencies. So do what you can with that. Once the personal information is disputed, now we on to the next chapter, disputing negative information. So keep in mind, there are various items you can dispute on your credit reports, and that includes the following: hard inquiries, collections, charge-offs, late payments, negative student loans, child support, repos, bankruptcy, etc. Right? Whatever negative items you got on your report. Some people got evictions, all that. So I don't want y'all to make things too deep. We're going to simplify the process. We will simplify the process into like a one size fits all because with credit, you got to understand there's so many ways to get things removed. Like let me just walk through right now. Hard inquiries, for example, 15 USC 1681C-2, the block of information which we're going to talk about can be used for hard inquiries, but it can also be used for all these items which we're going to get into. Let me go down to late payments, 15 USC 1666B, timing of payments, right? So that's just a law for that too. Collections, for example, 15 USC 1692 J. You could also combine debt validation, 15 USC 1692 G. There's also a 12 CFR law, but I don't want to confuse y'all, right? So I just want y'all to know there's so many different consumer laws you can use per item, but we're basically going to go through a one size fits all and we're going to get into it. We're going to basically talk about permissible purpose. But number one, I need y'all to understand identity theft. So when we say identity theft, a lot of people think like, okay, somebody stole my information. That's cool, but we're looking at it from a legal definition. A legal definition, identity theft means no consent. That's why I said we're looking at the law at the FCRA that speaks about the fact that the credit bureaus need written permission from you to put information on your report. Did they get written permission from you? I'm gonna answer for you. No, they didn't. And this is basically going to be grounds or our foundation for deleting these negative items on your credit report. It obviously goes deeper, but for the sake of this being a free video, this will just help you get started. This will help you more than get started. You're gonna get some deletions, but like I said, when you look at specifically late payments, collections, hard inquiries, you see there's different laws. But we're using a universal law in this video just to help y'all get more than started, I should say. When you make your template letters, you can write your letters, you can type them, whatever. But I want y'all to please include the following elements: your name, address, and date, last four of your social, like we did in the personal statement letter, right? To delete personal information. Include the creditor or consumer reporting agency name and address. So you can send letters not only to the consumer reporting agencies, you can also send letters to the creditors. So if a bank has a late payment on you, you can send a letter to them as well. Keep that in mind. Explain what happened colloquially. Stop trying to sound like a genius. You stop trying to sound super smart. We're going to give y'all a template letter so y'all can do it. State the law they violated. 15 USC 1681B number 2, right? That's going to be the universal law we're using for the sake of the video. Explain how they violated it. This is where most people don't get deletions and then they be confused and complaining saying, oh, it don't work. You didn't even explain how it was a violation. And then you want to give them a call to action, you can delete in 30 days pursuant to 15 USC 1681I A1A or whatever law you want to put, or just tell them to delete it. So let's look at the template letter. You're going to put your full name, you're going to put your current address, last four of your social, date of birth, date, all that. And then we use Experian as an example. So you could just title it disputes information, whatever you want to do. Remember, we're not trying to sound like a genius. I pulled a copy of my Experian consumer report and noticed some items with late payments I would like to dispute. They are as follows. So we're just using late payments as an example, right? So whatever you have, it could be collections, hard inquiries, etc. So the creditor, Bank of America is the example. Account number, put the account number, and then put the reason. Put the reason. This account was reported without my written consent. What does that sound like? 15 USC 1681B number 2. And therefore, as a result of identity theft, what is the legal definition of identity theft? No consent. And the late payment should be deleted because of that. This account is not related to any transaction made by me, the consumer. That literal statement right there is important based off of the block of information, 15 USC 1681C-2. Let's look at it real quick. I just want y'all to look, a statement by the consumer that the information is not information related to any transaction by the consumer. This is what you have to have in 1681C-2 to get the item deleted. That's why I put that there. Everything makes sense, right? The account, I said, right, like y'all can pay attention. I mean, like y'all can reply to me live. The account is not related to any transaction made by me, the consumer. And the one, just an example, we said one late payment. One late payment reporting should be updated to pay it on time, never late. And you're going to do that for all the items you're disputing. Don't make this too deep. And then after that, you're going to say your agency has violated my consumer rights and violated federal law. There's proof in 15 USC 1681B number 2 of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, which is noted below. 15 USC 1681B number 2, permissible purposes of consumer reports. The law clearly states, in general, subject to subsection C, any consumer reporting agency may furnish a consumer report under the following circumstances and no other. In accordance with the written instructions of the consumer to whom it relates. Did they get written permission from you? No, they didn't. Explain how is a violation. This is, remember the how, right? Let me just put how right here. All right, I clearly did not give your agency written authorization or written instructions to report this information. Your agency is conspiring with these creditors against me and committing aggravated identity theft. Just for extra credit, that's 18 USC 1028A. And I've sustained defamation of my character. The how is a violation. Just to name a couple of damages, should this matter escalate to court, right? And then you can also elaborate on how it's not equitable. Not equitable to you, the consumer, of how they did their investigation, etc. So just explain how is a violation. And then we go to 15, because we're talking about late payments, remember I told you 15 USC 1666B, timing of payments. The law clearly states the creditor may not treat a payment on a credit card under an open-end consumer credit plan as late for any purpose. That's what the law says. So then we get into it. This is an urgent matter. I am distressed that you have included the information below in my consumer file, or you should say above, in my consumer file, and that you have failed to maintain reasonable procedures in your operations to assure maximum possible accuracy. So if you want a law for that, I talk about it. It's a violation of 15 USC 1681 EB. This is the maximum possible accuracy law. So you can write that down too. Let me highlight that thing green, because that's the money, money, money. So I contacted the FTC, right? So this is what we're going to go through. We're going to fill out the identity theft thing. I contacted the Federal Trade Commission and filed a complaint number, which is attached. So you're going to fill out an FTC report from identitytheft.gov, and you're going to attach it. Please block and remove all information from my credit report and send me an updated copy of my credit report. By law, the items listed above are a result of fraud that I did not authorize. Remember, fraud is identity theft because you did not consent to it. The Fair Credit Reporting Act's block of information section, 15 USC 1681 C-2. The law clearly states, look, block, except as provided, except as otherwise provided in this section. A consumer reporting agency, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax shall block. Let's not even continue. Shall, in legal terms, it means it has to be done. So shall block the reporting of any information. Any means no restriction. Any information in the file of a consumer that the consumer identifies as information that resulted from an alleged identity theft, not later than 4 business days after the date of receipt of such agency of. So you have to send them 4 things to have a claim. If you have a claim, you can take them to court. Keep that in mind. So number 1, appropriate proof of the identity of the consumer. So what is that? Your ID. That's why we enclose a copy of our ID. Everything is for a purpose. Number 2, a copy of an identity theft report. We're going to fill it out over here. The identification of such information by the consumer. We put that in our letter, right? All the people that violated us. Number 4, a statement by the consumer that the information is not information relating to any transaction by the consumer. Where do we put that? In our letter, right? Let me go back to it. For the reasoning, you have to have all 4 of these elements to actually have a claim and be able to get these items deleted. If you lack some of these items, you may get lucky, to be honest, but it makes it more powerful when you have everything. And you say, I provide all 4 pieces of information and expect these listed accounts to be deleted and blocked within 4 business days of your receipt of this notice. This is why when you mail out your notice, you want to mail it out certified mail. If you haven't seen my free mailing video, you can mail out for free. So go watch that video. If you do not initiate an investigation regarding my dispute, as is my right under the FCRA, I'll have to take legal action to protect my credit rating and myself. Each violation of FCRA allows damages of $1,000 should this matter be up in court. So best, put your name. Again, copy of ID, right? That's number 1 in terms of proof of identity. All right, so this template letter with the items is like your cover letter. You're basically talking about what you want them to investigate and delete, but you also want to fill out an identity theft report and then do a CFPB complaint. So, like I told you, I was going to do the FTC. We're not going to fill it out all the way, but I just want to give y'all an idea. So go to the identity theft website and fill out FTC report. Remember, identity theft occurred because they did not get your consent. 15 USC 1681B number 2. So that's identity theft website. After you fill it out, you're going to download your FTC report as a PDF document, and you're going to attach it to your CFPB complaint along with the template letter we already wrote. So this is the FTC website, identitytheft.gov. I told y'all, we're doing it so easy, a baby could do it. Which statement best describes your situation? So I walked through how to actually fill it out on my podcast. There's an episode on that. And then, my mentees and my mentorship get more information, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So you can literally fill out whatever. So someone filed a federal tax. I want to report another type of identity theft, etc. Something else. So we typically say I want to report another type of identity theft, right? And then you could just put, whatever. If it's tied to late payments, you're gonna put credit card accounts. And then you could say to open a fraudulent credit card account. And then you're gonna continue. And then you're just gonna enter the information. You're gonna enter the information of each company. And then you're gonna go to continue, and basically you'll enter your information, their information, additional information. You'll enter a personal statement section. You're just gonna explain what happened. You review your complaint, you're gonna be able to download it. So it's like that. All right, so then you get the PDF document, and then we go on to the CFPB complaint. So CFPB stands for Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. They basically govern the credit bureaus. What does that mean? They the boss of the credit bureaus. If you don't know, the credit bureaus are privately owned. They're not government owned. Like I said, I have a podcast episode walking step by step on how to do it, how to do CFPB complaint too. And I show my mentees in my mentorship what to enter. But let me give y'all a summary. You basically gonna create an account with the CFPB website, and you basically want to say there was improper use of your report. You're gonna select that, and then you want to attach your FTC report, your identity theft report you filled out. You're gonna attach your cover letter dispute template that we talked about, and an image of the copy of your ID, and then the CFPB will give you a response in 15 days. All of that is done online on the website or by calling the CFPB. If they close your complaint immediately, there's been issues with it. You'll basically just have to do it on the phone. So consumerfinance.gov. I'm giving y'all all the resources, right? So you want to basically go to submit a complaint. It's here at the top. Submit a complaint. Submit a complaint. Then you say start a new complaint. You're gonna have to log in though. So you create an account. If you don't have an account, you create an account. If you already submitted a complaint or created your account, you're gonna click on that, and you just log in and do what I said, right? Go listen to the podcast episode if you don't know how to fill it out, or get into my mentorship. I walk step by step on all that. So once that's done, don't forget you should have mailed out all this information too to the credit bureaus, consumer reporting agencies, all that, and then monitor your credit. Remember, you can do Identity IQ. Monitor your credit for the next 30 days and watch the results whether they hit you with verified or not. To be honest, if you're doing it this way, the information is supposed to be deleted within 4 business days. So what I recommend is you call them. And then, like I said, you want to basically repeat this process as needed. And this process works for any item because the 15 USC 1681 C-2 law, it lets you know that the item's supposed to be deleted in 4 business days of them receiving it. Like I was saying, call them and advise them that the information you submitted to them needs to be deleted based off of 15 USC 1681 C-2. If they play in games, let them know that the supremacy clause of the Constitution says federal law supersedes state law and company policy. They like hitting you with that company policy BS. We don't want to hear all that. We talking about laws. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me get this CFPB stuff out of here. So I said we're going to look at 1681 C-2 again. I just want y'all to really understand this. So let's look at it. 1681 C-2, lock of information resulting from identity theft. Identity theft by law means no consent. Remember, we're looking at a legal term. We're not looking at someone stole my identity. We're looking at a legal term. No consent. They did not get written authorization by you. Put that information there. Block. Except as otherwise provided in this section, a consumer reporting agency shall block the reporting of any information in the file of a consumer that the consumer identifies as information that resulted from an alleged identity theft, meaning you didn't provide consent, not later than 4 business days after the date of receipt of by such agency of, I gave y'all everything, all 4, appropriate proof of the identity of the consumer, your ID, a copy of an identity theft report. We showed y'all, right? Go fill that out on the website. Number 3, the identification of such information by the consumer. We walked through that in the template letter. A statement by the consumer that the information is not information relating to any transaction by the consumer. We put that in the reasoning of why it should be deleted. You can also put that statement in your CFPB complaint, which I recommend. So repeat the process until you get results, or you might have to just take them to court. Again, I walk my mentees in my mentorship step by step on the process of court, but you can do your due diligence on that. Get you an attorney if you need to, but I walk my mentees through on how to, do it by themselves. Most importantly, do not give up. It's a mindset thing. If you're someone that goes to the gym, you don't get results in one day. It's the same thing. It's the same thing as anything in life. Anything worth having, that deletion is worth having. It's not necessarily going to be easy. Even if you do what I said step by step, it doesn't necessarily mean you'll get the same results as me or my company or someone else. You just got to do something. So some best practices to beat the e-Oscar system. You can highlight your letters. So just in different highlights, like, you see how that's highlighted yellow. You can staple your paper together. So a human has to open it and actually read it. You can handwrite your letter as well. So just wanted to give y'all some things you can do. Elections. Just wanted to talk about it because it's a common thing that people come across. So best practices, you can literally use a process I gave. You can put any account on there on the identity theft website. You can use the process I gave, but always I recommend send a debt validation letter first. Remember, the turnover with the collection was in the legal process, and you can exercise that. So 15 USC 6802, that's your invasion of privacy. There's 3 things that they should have done, which I'm pretty sure they didn't do. So exercise that. One great FDCPA law, the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, is 1692J, furnishing certain deceptive forms. Do your due diligence on that. I'm not going to expand on that. That's more sauce for people on my mentorship. So let's say you got a skinny profile. If you need to build up your credit, number one, I would recommend call your local credit union. Tell them you're looking to build credit and let them ask them, like, what products do they recommend? Most likely, you're going to get a secured card. You're going to get secured loans from them. Just get multiple different accounts, right? You got to have money to, do all this. It's not like you're just going to pull up and say, oh, I got $1. What can I get? You know what I'm saying? So invest in yourself. You can sign up for Credit Strong. You can sign up for Self Lender. You can sign up for Boom Pay, backdate your rent, you know? So I give more accounts to my mentees, but this is a great start. You want to have at least 10 positive reporting accounts. If you got student loans, that's perfect because those are positive reporting accounts. Me personally, I got like 13, I think I like 13 student loans by itself. So I was already good on that. And remember, with the credit mix, to not have a skinny profile, you want to have a good mix of accounts. You want to have revolving accounts, so credit cards. You want to have credit cards, not store credit cards. You want to have actual credit cards from like banks and credit unions. You want them to have at least 2,500 limit. You want to have installment loans. So that could be a personal loan, that could be a student loan, auto loan. You know what I'm saying? So have those kind of things reported. Funding. So credit is useless when used less. So you need to use it. You need to use your damn credit. So go get some money, right? Once you get your credit fixed where it's supposed to be, go get you some money, put it into some marketing, start you a personal brand. Use it responsibly. Learn a skill, invest in a mentorship. I always tell people that get funding, invest in some kind of teaching so you can learn how to do something. Me personally, if you don't know about me, I invested $3,500 into a mentorship, a credit mentorship. And that's basically what allowed me to leave my 9 to 5 job. And that's why I created my mentorship and I called it CAT Credit Retire Your 9 to 5 Mentorship. So I recommend you get you some money as far as funding. Go invest it into something. You can invest in real estate, you can invest in stocks, you can invest in whatever you want to invest in, but do something productive. Don't do something stupid with it. Don't just go buy all this designer and it's not making you no money. As we get into the investment, if you are not willing to invest in yourself, you are not a business owner. I don't care what you say. Keep your 9 to 5 with your 9 to 5 mindset if you don't want to invest in yourself, or stay stuck at 5 to 20K a month if you just are full time in your business. Some of y'all aren't even doing 5, 10, 20K a month. So you got to invest in yourself. So let's talk about it. The full program, the time I'm recording this right now, it may increase like by the time you watch it, but right now it's $10,000. So the deliverables, you get the full course material that gets updated over time, like I showed y'all. You get the Slack community of like-minded individuals. Y'all have probably seen the video I've shown of different students making anywhere from 10K a month to over 100K a month, right? So this 10K investment is pennies compared to what your ROI. You get the Google Drive access we went over. You get a one-on-one onboarding call with me to help script your ads. You obviously get the God-made marketing. That's not in the basic program because it's just too much sauce. And then you get the accountability calls. This is a full program that's highlighted in green. So we have a payment plan option. So it's typically 2 payments of 5,000. You would pay 5,000 when you start. So like you hop on a call with us or you DM me, you're like, I'm ready to go. 5,000, and then 30 days later, you'll pay your second 5,000. Within that 30-day period, a lot of people already make their money back. Not to say that that's going to be the case, but we just like that flexibility. You could always pay in full, obviously, but 2 payments of 5K. So who is this for? Who is this full program for? It's for serious business owners that want to scale as fast as humanly possible. I'm not saying asking guaranteed results, but people that also take extreme action with no excuses. Someone already that's making 6 figures at their 9 to 5 that's looking for additional income. It could be someone like in the tech industry. I've seen people that work in the tech industry, because they tend to have high 6-figure salaries. You have your disposable income. Just bring your 5,000 a month twice or 10,000 at once. And then, just get in the program and now you got an asset that's going to pay you forever. So unique opportunity. My students have been winning way too much, as y'all have been seeing, right? If you've been watching my YouTube, if you've been watching my IG. So I want to do a unique opportunity because I really love changing lives. So we're gonna allow you to even put down 4,000, just $4,000 to start. And then 30 days later, what we could do is we'll collect the rest in 12 weekly installments of 500. So 500 times 12 is a remainder $6,000. So this will allow flexibility for those of y'all that really want to get in the full program, but you just want that flexibility to pay over time. If you make like $50,000 a year, let's look at it. $10,000 investment is 20% of your income. We're not even talking about your $50,000 that's not even $50,000 because of taxes, right? So we don't want to take the last of your money. This is why this program is for people that make money already, whether it's in your business, whether it's in your 9 to 5. So be financially responsible. If you hop on a call with us and you're hurting after you put the $4,000 or $5,000 down, I don't think you should make the investment. So just keep that in mind. So the basic program is 2,500 right now. Like I said, it may change by the time you listen. And pretty much the basic is just a course material. It's the one I showed you initially that does not get updated. So the one with like the 14 videos, it's more than enough to help you hit like your first 10K month. But I say that to say that you see there's a big difference in terms of the basic program and the full program. The full program, first of all, the full program, it comes with the business funding relationships. I have my relationships. If you got a client that's ready to get funded, if we get them 200,000, we split it 50-50. That's 20,000 total. You get 10,000, I get 10,000. Your investment has been made already. That those relationships doesn't come with the basic program. So you can kind of see where the price difference is coming from in terms of how fast you can go ahead and make your money back. So payment plan, there's no payment plan option. You just got to bring your 2,500. If you don't have $2,500 to your name to invest in yourself, you are not a business owner. I repeat, if you don't have $2,500 to dispose to invest in yourself, you are not a business owner. Keep doing what you're doing, get your money up, and then come invest in yourself, right? I love the mentorship because we're giving you an opportunity to identify if you're a true business owner or if you're a fake business owner. If you don't invest in yourself, you are a fake business owner. All right, so who's the $2,500 basic program for? Credit repair business owners are aspiring that want to get their feet wet, but maybe they're just not in the mindset of being a complete boss yet, right? Like my students that are in a full program, they are bosses, full bosses. If you get the basic program, you can always upgrade to the full program. It's just that we would call you like little boss if you're in the basic program, right? You're not like a full boss, but you're making steps getting towards there, right? So if you're not a complete boss yet, or you just lack the funds, if you make less than six figures a year at your 9 to 5 or your business, I would recommend starting with the basic program. Click the link in the description to book a call. Bring your credit card ready to go. You've seen a lot of value in this video. I don't like wasting time. I like getting results. Y'all have a blessed one. Let's get it.